This is Texans TV.
Coming up, we're going one-on-one with General Manager Nick Caserio.
Our goal is to build a program that centers on being selfless. Always put the team above yourself.
That's all next on Texans 360.
We are ready to rock in Houston. Rock and roll. Oh, let's go!
Guess when you think you've seen it all, there's always something else.
Hello, and welcome into Texans 360. My name's Drew Dougherty. I'm your host, and we've got a fun show ahead for you. We're going to look back at some of the best plays from the 2020 season on each side of the ball, and we're going to go one-on-one with team chairman and CEO Cal McNair. But we begin things with a one-on-one I had with General Manager Nick Caserio. He was introduced to the media a week ago Friday. He hit the ground running shortly thereafter. He's the guy in charge, and the first order of business is finding a new head coach for the Houston Texans. But he's also got to rebuild the roster, get ready for a draft in which the Texans have 8 picks overall, none in the first or second, and there's free agency to boot in between now and then. So without further ado, more from my one-on-one with Nick Caserio. Drew Dougherty here, talking with General Manager Nick Caserio. Nick, welcome to town. We're excited to have you, and let's start here. When we move jobs in life, whether it's a general manager in football, whether it's an accountant, so on and so on, a lot of times we come to the new place and the person is identified as, oh, he was with that organization. She was with that organization. That's logical. We all do it. We all fall into that. But who are you as a worker, as a leader, and as a GM? Who are you going to be?
Oh, well, first of all, thanks for the opportunity to be here. Enjoy visit with you. I think, look, we're always a product of our experiences, right? And, we're going to take bits and pieces of different people, different ideas, different philosophies, right? So I think the most important thing is just to try to figure out, what's going to work for the Houston Texans, right? So I think the big things just that I've tried to provide or do is just try to be as consistent as possible day to day. Just try to work as hard as possible to help the team. And do it with grace and humility, and just trust others.
Over the years, we've gone to pro days like in South Carolina, U of H, Baylor, Texas A&M, LSU. And at a lot of those spots, we've seen you up close and personal. You've been running the drills, throwing the balls to receivers, so on and so on. Why did you do that? Why was that important to you? And how much might that change, if at all, moving forward?
Yeah, I think we'll take it as it comes, but I think really the core mindset behind that is just if there's if you have an idea of what you want to try to accomplish or what you want to try to see, then just to kind of take some ownership, and not afraid to be hands-on as a part of that process. Not certainly to step on anybody's toes or anything like that, but you have a vision of what you're trying to accomplish in that particular setting, and not be afraid to step in and, try to help and serve. So more than anything, it's just the willingness to assist. There have been several instances where, whomever was there would ask and say, would you mind running this drill? And say, no problem at all. So just have an open, and to be able to do, now I'd say it's funny because you're there to evaluate, right? And sometimes when you're immersed right in it, maybe you don't get, it's a lot happening pretty quickly because you have to communicate the drill. Here's what I want you to do. And then you're trying to evaluate it. But again, really have never been afraid to kind of, roll up my sleeves and get involved. And it's really just to kind of help and assist in any capacity necessary.
How much do you enjoy this time of year? Because each draft is a years-long process, I know, but that little 4-month window, what's that like for you? How much do you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's awesome. And I think what you have to do is you just have to embrace the team building process, right? It's not about one particular segment or one particular time of year. I think the draft is kind of its own bucket, right? Because of how much time it encompasses, call it from September all the way up through April, right? There's a lot of information that's been accumulated to this point that Lip and his staff have probably accumulated on that side. So now we take that information, we're going to get a little bit more information relative to underclassmen declarations, all-star game performance, Texans, okay, and then you're going to get some other measures and some data, whether it's the combine, their pro day, if in fact that's going to happen, right? Because there's a chance that the environment would be such that, that we're not going to be able to do that, right? So, but I think the overall team building process, just from start to finish, and it's constantly changing and evolving. But there's a lot that goes on, and I think this is when everybody has the opportunity to have a voice. But I think eventually you have to take all the information, process it, and then pare it down, and then ultimately just make a decision and then move forward. So,
well, Nick, congratulations again on the job. We know you're about to hit the ground running. You probably already have, but thanks so much for the time. Look forward to talking again with you very soon.
Great. Thanks so much for your time. Really great to meet you.
I'm wearing a microphone right now. You can see it right there, maybe. And that's pretty nice. That's what I do. I'm a TV guy. But football players are not so accustomed all the time to wearing a microphone. We got a chance to put one on a few Houston Texans throughout the 2020 season. Here, now, is a look at some of the best from our 2020 mic'd up Houston Texans.
We live, man. We gotta make some plays today, boys. Gotta make some plays today, boys. This for the country right here. One time for the country. Bad field, stand up. We in here today. Ooh, they got the roof over today, too. I've been waiting all year for this one.
See you too, buddy. How are you? I'm doing well. How's it going?
Everything good? I can't complain. Same old, same old.
Looks good.
Y'all tune in.
H-Town.
H-Town, man. Woo! I should have bought my cool mask out here. I got this basic one on right now.
We have men going out to midfield for the coin toss, and one of them, John Weeks for the Texans, about to play in his 170th game for Houston, a new franchise record.
All right, my guy. Hey, double 8 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Come on now. Let's go. Let's go, 33. Let's go, 33. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Here we go. Do your job. Let's go. Do your job. Let's go. Let's go now. Let's go now. Do your job. Let's go. Hey! 49! Hey, 49! 49! This is like me versus me. What up, boy? Hey, C-Night. Come here. Say what up to mom. Say what up to mom. Say what up to dad. Hey, what up, mom? What up, dad? It's crazy. Because it's like me versus me out there.
Second down and 9 at the Houston 42-yard line. Bengals first possession, no score in the first.
3 now. 3 now.
Allen out of the gun, gets the snap, fires underneath. Erickson gets buried at the 34-yard line. Big hit by Adams there. Adams is mic'd up today, by the way.
Ah, come on, man. Hey, boy, you take a cheap shot on me like that, boy. Ain't gonna be smoke. I said, boy, if you take a shot on me like that, boy, I'm gonna tell mom, man. What we got? Time up. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Report! 21. Buddy. Base. Oh. Hey, swipe. Here we go. Ah!
Across the Houston 38-yard line, Tannehill under center, fakes the gift. Tannehill stepping up in the pocket and airing it out downfield. Left side wants Davis, and incomplete.
Hargreaves made a nice play right on the tail end of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can we get better music? What's up? Yeah!
Stafford back to throw. And he dumps it off. It's picked off by JJ across the 15, 10, 5.
Ooh, JJ pick 6.
Rock and roll. Watt pick 6.
Bro, JJ got a pick 6. Wow.
Escapes out to the right side. Throws short. Fells 10. Fells to the 5.
Oh, money. Let's go.
Fells taking people with him.
Let's go.
Trying to get to the goal line, and Fells is in! Powers his way in!
Let's get money. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go, Zach. Where camera at? Hey, man, shout out to Badfield, man. Shout out to JDC. Stand up, man. We out here. Country boys. Thanks, buddy. Great to see you, buddy. Best to the family. Oh, great to get the job.
Coming up, what were the top 10 plays of the 2020 Texans season? That's all next on Texans 360. Texans 360 is presented by Kroger, fresh for everyone. You're watching Texans 360 presented by Kroger. My name is Drew Dougherty, your host, and now it's time to take a look back at some of the best plays from the 2020 season. 4-12, yep, you want to forget it, but you don't want to forget these great plays that some of your Houston Texans did this season.
3rd down and 4 from the Jags 22. Newton steps up, and Watt knocks the ball out. J.J. Watt, strip sack, recovered by the Jags, but that's it. 100 for J.J. Watt, 35th player in NFL history with 100 sacks. Watson fakes to give, and he airs it out long, deep
Wide open.
Wide open is Fuller, rock and roll, touchdown, Houston. The Texans tie it up and can take the lead with an extra point. So they'll go with a 27-yard chip shot. The snap is down, it's blocked, and the Texans trying to pick it up and advance the ball. They have it at the 21-yard line. The Houston Texans special teamers come up with a play. Detroit showing blitz. Here's the snap. Watson firing deep down the left side, and got a man, Duke. He's in. Rock and roll. Touchdown, Houston. Sean takes the snap, pass rush, ferocious. Watson escapes, throws downfield, and he's got a man. QT cuts inside, 30, 25, 20, 15, and QT is wrapped up inside the 11-yard line. That pass rush was all over Watson, but he escaped and hit QT for a big play. 3.5 to go, 3rd quarter, 13-7 Texans lead. 4th and 1, Jaguars at the Houston 8. Minshew motions out to the left side. It's going to be a wildcat to Robinson, trying to find some room. He might throw it. Adams is there to make the stop, and the ball is out, and the Texans have it. J.J. Watt. The Texans have the rock at the 10-yard line. They turn back the Jaguars on 4th and 1. First down Texans at the Tennessee 38. Watson, flea flicker, looking deep. He's got a man wide open. Cooks, rock and roll, touchdown Texans! Third and goal at the 4. Deshaun gets the snap. Looking. Deshaun scrambling out to the right side. And he throws right sideline to the end zone. And Cobb has it. Touchdown! The Texans take the lead. Stafford back to throw. And he dumps it off. It's picked off by J.J. across the 15, 10, 5. Rock and roll. Watt, pick 6.
Well, this is J.J. Watt's special. Jumps up and gets it. Interception. Monster play for this team.
First down at the Detroit 34, a handoff to Duke, running to the right, and he's going to throw it back to Deshaun, looking and firing left side, and Fuller walks across the 10-5 and jumps into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
You want some creativity, there it is.
You know how many plays are run like this right now out in the backyards of America on Thanksgiving Day?
Coming up, the voice of the Texans, Mark Vandermeer, goes one-on-one with team chairman and CEO Cal McNair. Major changes have already started taking place with the Houston Texans. This is Texans 360. I'm Drew Dougherty. And one of those changes was general manager Nick Caserio being hired. Now the turn is towards a head coach. Who might the Texans bring in for that job? Answering that question and many more is team chairman and CEO Cal McNair, who went one-on-one with the voice of the Houston Texans, Mark Vandermeer.
Cal, tell us some of the things that attracted you about Nick Caserio being the general manager of the Houston Texans. I know this didn't happen just overnight. This is something that's actually been going on for a while.
Yeah, so Mark, we did a search a number of years ago where he was on our radar and we did the research on him. He's really been on my radar since that time. So that's been a couple of years. And he's just been, you know, a 20-year loyal person who's worked up through the ranks. He's highly respected across the league. He's got a tremendous amount of competency, and people know that. People see him as an NFL elite personnel man. And if you go across the league and ask people, you can't find anyone that will say anything bad about him.
One of the things that went right in a very frustrating year, you pointed out 2020 was such a tough year, but Deshaun Watson put together a season that not too many people have seen in the history of this league. So it's got to feel great to have your quarterback as you move forward into 2021, as you now have the GM and you look for the head coach.
Yeah, I mean, that's rare. I mean, it's what you want, is to have that franchise quarterback, and we have one. I mean, Deshaun is a terrific person, terrific quarterback. He's passionate about winning. You can see that on the field. You can see it off the field. He cares deeply about winning, cares deeply about his teammates, and that's exactly what we want. What I see us getting to, and everybody on the same page, it'll be the same with the head coach. The head coach has alignment in his vision about what we want to be. The GM does. I do. Our team does. Guess what? Our fans do. This is a type of team our fans are really going to be proud of, and they want to see on the field. And we'll be in the community, supporting our community like we've always done. That's an important part of what we believe in, and I'm so excited to get back to that. And I do think it's more of a reset button, Mark, than a rebuild.
Cal, we want to thank you for the time, and we're very excited about what's to come. We know everything's moving very fast. Thanks so much for spending some time with us today.
Glad to, Mark. Rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll. Thank you, Cal McNair.
10 years. Can you believe it's been a decade since the Houston Texans YMCA opened? We'll have it next on Texans 360.
It's a little bit challenging, and so today you guys get a little bit of a surprise announcement.
Some very cool phone chargers to take with you guys to keep you charged up when you're on walks.
We're going to send this background to you guys to use on all your team's calls because you're one of the Attend to Win schools.
So congratulations once again for leading the charge in the district. Because you guys have been one of the leaders in the district, you're going to win some prizes today. So the first prize is that all of you guys are going to be receiving Houston Texans drawstring bag.
We have a really awesome prize for you because you're the Student of the Week winner, are going to receive a signed football by Deshaun Watson.
Hey, congrats to Ms. Morales, for her class, for the great attendance for the rest of the semester, and the things that you've been doing has been awesome. Thank you for going above and beyond to keep your students learning and engaged. We've got an extra special jersey for you to help cheer us on this season.
Congrats, y'all have done such a great job logging in, learning, and participating, most importantly, with school. Miss Doyle, you've done such a great job keeping your kids engaged. We have a really exciting surprise for your class and for your school. I have a very oversized giant check with a $2,500 grant for Ashford Elementary.
The Texans of Reliant are making a donation of $2,500 to Houston. Elementary school.
Texans 360 rolls on. I'm Drew Dougherty, your host. And about 13 years ago, I started working for the organization. And shortly thereafter, they started building the Houston Texans YMCA. I remember when it was a flat field with just a few mounds of dirt. Well, 10 years ago, it came into fruition and it was open to the public. So naturally, we had to celebrate. Here is some of what happened at the 10th anniversary of the Houston Texans YMCA opening.
Celebrating the 10th anniversary of the historic Houston Texans YMCA. People came out to the Houston Texans YMCA and took photos. Our entire leadership from the Houston Texans YMCA and the YMCA of Greater Houston were on site. It's just been a phenomenal week. And today we're loving on our members who have been with the Houston Texans YMCA for 10 years. So we're very excited about that.
When you have events like this, it catches people's eyes, and if they didn't already know what was going on, it brings them out and they're able to find out about all the services and activities that the Y provides.
The goal of this event, one, is to bring awareness of the Houston Texans YMCA and the YMCA of Greater Houston, and also to increase our membership. We want people to know that we are open. We do realize we are in a pandemic. However, we are open and serving the community. Years is a milestone for any organization, but particularly an organization that's been serving the Houston community for over 135 years. So we definitely want to celebrate and let people know that the Houston Texans YMCA is greatly supported by the greater Third Ward community and supported by the Houston Texans NFL.
I cannot believe it's been 10 years that the Houston Texans YMCA has been open. Seems like another decade until the Texans are going to play a game. They don't get going until September, but each week we're going to be here for you no matter what. Games or not, Texans 360 will roll on. So we thank Tyler Marcotte. We thank everyone who put this show together. And until then, I'm Drew Dougherty. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to know when we post new content.